Daniel and my friend AJ will introduce you what is globalization.
Globalization is a process of interaction and integration among the people, companies, and governments of different nations. A process driven by international trade and investments and aided by information technology. This process has effects on the environment, on culture, on political systems, on economic development and prosperity, and on human physical well-being in societies around the world. Globalization is not new, though for 1,000 years, people and later corporations have been buying from and selling to each other in lands at great distances. Such as though the famed Silk Road across Central Asia that connected China and Europe during the Middle Ages. Likewise, for centuries, people and corporations have invested in enterprises in other countries. In fact, many of these features of the current wave of globalization are similar to those prevailing before the outbreak of First World War in 1914. But policy and technology developments of the past few decades have spurred increases in cross-border trade, investments, and migration so large that many observers believe that the world has entered a qualitatively new phase in its economic development. Since 1950, for example, the volume of world trade has increased by 20 times, and from just 1997 to 1999, flows of foreign investment nearby doubled from 468 billion to 827 billion, distinguishing this current wave of globalization from earlier ones. Author Thomas Friedman has said that today globalization is farther, faster, cheaper, and deeper. This current wave of globalization has been driven by policies that have opened economies domestically and internationally in the years since the Second World War, and especially during the past 2 decades. Many governments have adopted free market economic systems, vastly increasing their own productive potential and creating myriad new opportunities for increasing their own productive. International trade and investment governments also have negotiated dramatic reduction in barriers to commerce and have established international agreements to promote trade in goods, services, and investments. Taking advantage of new opportunities in foreign markets, corporations have built foreign factories and establishment, production, and marketing. Arrangement with foreign partners, a defining feature of globalization, therefore, is an international industrial and financial business structure. Technology has been the other principal driver of globalization. Advances in information technology in particular have dramatically transformed economic life. Information technologies have given all sorts of individual economic actors, consumers, investors, business valuable new tools for identifying and pursuing economic opportunities, including faster and more informed analysis of economic trends around the world, easy transfer of assets, and collaborator with far-flung partners. Globalization is deeply controversial. However, proponents of globalization argue that it allows poor countries and their citizens to develop economically and raise their standards of living. While opponents of globalization claim that the creation of unfettered international free market has benefited multinational corporations in Western world at the expense of local enterprises, local culture, common people, resistance to globalization has therefore taken shape both at a popular and at a governmental level as people and governments trying to manage the flow of capital labors, goods, and ideas that constitute the current wave of globalization.
of international trade is exacerbating income inequalities both between and within industrialized and less industrialized nations. Global commerce is increasingly dominated by transnational corporations which seek to maximize profits without regard for the development needs of individual countries or the local populations. Protectionist policies in industrialized countries prevent many producers in the third world from accessing export markets. The volume and volatility of capital flows increases the risk of banking and currency crisis, especially in countries with weak financial institutions. Competition among developing countries to attract foreign investments lead to a race to the bottom, in which countries dangerously lower environmental standards, cultural uniqueness is lost in favor of homogenization and the universal culture that draws heavily from American culture. Critics of economic integration often point to Latin America as an example where increased openness to international trade had a negative economic effect. Many governments in Latin America liberalized imports far more rapidly than in other regions. In much of Latin America, import liberalization has been credited with increasing the number of people living below the US dollar a day. Poverty line has perpetuated already existing inequalities. Positive effects of globalization for developing country business. Conversely, globalization can create new opportunities, new ideas, and open new markets that an entrepreneur many have not had in their home country. As a result, there are many number of positive associated with globalization. It creates greater opportunities for firms in less industrialized countries to tap into more and larger markets around the world. This can lead to more access to capital flows, technology, human capital, cheaper imports, and larger export markets. It allows in less industrialized countries to become part of international production networks and supply chains that are the main conduits of trade. For example, the experience of the East Asian economies demonstrates the positive effect of globalization on economic growth and shows that, at least under some circumstances, globalization decreases poverty. The spectacular growth in East Asia, which increased GDP per capita by eightfold and raised millions of people out of poverty, was based largely on globalization, export-led growth, and closing the technology gap in industrialized countries. Generally, economies that globalize have higher growth rate than non-globalizers. Also, the role of developing country firms in the value chain is becoming increasingly sophisticated, and these firms expand beyond manufacturing into services. For example, it is now commonplace for businesses in industrialized countries to outsource functions such as data processing, customer service, and reading X-rays to India and other less industrialized countries. Advanced telecommunications and the internet are facilitating the transfer of these service jobs and from industrialized to less industrialized and making it easier and cheaper for less industrialized countries. Firms to enter global markets. In addition to bringing in capital, outsourcing helps prevent brain drain because skilled workers may choose to remain in their home country rather than to having migrate to an industrialized country to find work. Further, some of the allegations made by critics of globalization are very much in dispute. For example, that globalization necessarily leads to growing income inequality or harm to the environment. While there are some countries in which economic integration has led to increase in inequality, China, for instance, there's no worldwide trend. With regard to the environment, international trade and foreign direct investment can provide less industrialized countries with an incentive to adopt and access to new technologies that may be more ecologically sound. Transnational corporations may also help the environment by exporting higher standards and best practices to less industrialized countries. Prahad and Stuart I. Hart have suggested that the 4 billion people in the world whose per capita income is less than $1,500 represent an enormous opportunity for business. Their theory is the poor in developing countries comprise a vast, untapped market for goods and services, including basic needs as well as more advanced offerings such as financial services, cellular telephones, and inexpensive computers. An example of successful business that services this market is the Grameen Bank in Bangladesh, founded by Nobel Prize winner Muhammad Yunus. Grameen Bank extends small loans to low-income customers. Grameen Bank charges high interest rates of approximately 20% a year, but does not require collateral, which enables even the very poor to obtain credit and gain an opportunity to participate in the formal economy. Grameen Bank's success is stimulated interest in microcredit around the world. Although Prahalad and Hart mostly discuss the bottom of the pyramid as a potential market for transnational corporations based in developed countries. This market also offers opportunities to business in developing countries. These firms, either alone or in partnership with TNCs, can use their understanding of needs and obstacles faced by the poor to create sustainable enterprises, which will have the added benefit of helping to alleviate poverty. Goodbye. Thank you for listening.